Hello, guys and dolls, and welcome to this timeless pick a card reading. I'm Ruby Romana, and you can find me over at rubyromana.com, where you will also find self-help resources and dating advice, etc., etc. Now, the question for this particular timeless pick a card reading is, why is he or she being so distant? So why is she so distant? Why is he so distant? All you need to do for this timeless pick a card reading is decide whichever card you think is going to have the right answer for you, that not particularly the answer that you want to hear, but the answer that you need to hear. Which card compels you towards it the most? Is it card 1 or card 2? Is it the card on the left or is it the card on the right? But you also have a bit more of an extra. You have a lucky dice throw. So depending on whichever card that you are going to choose, I am going to say unto you, whatever card you may choose is the card destiny has for you. No matter the answer, yes or no, with the answer that's given, you get a lucky throw. That is correct, you get a lucky throw. So I'm going to go for the first dice first. Oh, that was a bit of a mouthful, wasn't it? The first dice first. So if you've chosen card number 1, if that's the card that you're going to select for this timeless pick a card reading, your lucky number, your low lucky number today is 3. And I'm going to write that down, and I've become a little bit more organised because I messed up last time. And likewise, if you did choose, card number 1, the left-hand card, unfortunately you've got the no, but remember that when a door closes, a window opens, and remember that you've also got lucky number 4 to take away with you as well, haven't you? So we've got lucky number 4, and I hope that I've got these all the right way round. So I'm not absolutely sure that I have. Now I'm thinking that it was this way round. So, right, okay. Now I think this is funny, isn't it? It really is. I think that it's I think it's time for me to love you and leave you, because I'm making a bit of a muddle of this, but you've got to laugh, don't you? So I'm going to write it down for you so I remember at the end of the reading which dice actually pertains to which card number. And let's do the same for the second card. So if you're going to select the card on the right, card number 2, your lucky low number for today is 5. Let me write that down for you as well as myself, of course. So it's number 5. Let me just move things around a little bit. So perhaps you're going to play a game of chance, that kind of thing, and you can't quite decide which number that you want to choose. Because sometimes when we're playing a game of chance, it's good to have a low number, a medium number, a number that's in the teens, a number that's in the 20s, the 30s, etc. So this is your lucky lower number. Right, so let us get on to the reading. So if you have chosen card number 1, which is on the left-hand side, to answer the question, which is, why is she or he so distant? Why is that person that you've been seeing, that person that you've been dating, why are they being so distant? Why are they being so emotionally distant? This is more to do with emotional distance as opposed to physical or geographical distance. So the answer for card number 1 on the left as to why he or she is being so distant is, the reason they're being so distant is, unfortunately, that I don't think the camera's picking it up very well, but I've written down here, I've jotted this down, doomed to failure. Okay, so the thing is that your relationship isn't going to actually succeed. It's doomed to failure. Let me just move this around a bit as well so I can so you can see both the cards for card number 1. Okay, so your relationship is doomed to failure. And why is it doomed to failure? Well, okay, this is the answer. We've got the Hanged Man here, and the Hanged Man is all about, let me hold that there so you can see it a little bit more clearly. So the Hanged Man is, in this case, this person is doing things in their own way. They're seeing things in a slightly, well, I wouldn't even say slightly different perspective to you. They're seeing things a whole lot differently to you, they're seeing things in a completely different way than you are. So you want this relationship to work. You've been putting a lot of time and energy. You've been investing emotionally into this relationship. But unfortunately, and this isn't unbeknownst to you, you really do know this anyway, but this reading's just going to remind you of what you really already know, that this person isn't doing likewise. They're umming and ahhing, they're taking their time, they're being very casual, they're seeing things from their own perspective. Now, their perspective might not be wrong, it's just that your perspectives don't actually collide and make sweet music together, if you know what I mean. So this relationship isn't really going to actually stay the course of time. The reason they're being so distant is because they're not serious, to be honest. They're just in for this relationship for a casual duration. They don't want it to be long term. So unfortunately, why are they being so distant? Purely because they don't actually want a serious relationship. And we can see this here. We've also got the 5 of, let me hold that there. Let me put that there so you can see it a little bit more clearly. So, okay, so we've also got the 5 of Cups. Now, this might actually be that this relationship, and this question is answering a question for your relationship because it's a lot more serious, that you've been with this person perhaps for quite some time, perhaps you're even married to them, or that you've been living with them. This relationship isn't going to stand the course of time. It is, unfortunately, doomed to failure. This card, often when this card comes up, it does represent the end of a marriage, the end of a relationship, a split, and the fact that things have been said. So as you can see here, things have been said that can't be taken back. And sometimes we can really kind of run awry, can't we, at the mouth? We can say things that are so horrible and we can't really put them back again. So it might be that you and this person have actually said things to each other that are so hurtful that they just can't be, you can't rewind, can you, when you've said something? When you've said something, it's been said, it's been filtered through into the subconscious, let's just say. So that you can see here, it's almost like spilt milk, and you wish you hadn't spilt that milk. Things have been said. Maybe this person said some terrible things to you, or it might be that you've said some terrible things to them, and that is why they are now being so distant towards you. But unfortunately, if you did pick card number 1 on the left, unfortunately, your relationship is doomed to failure. Let me just quickly put all this back together, because I'm not really going to edit this video. I just like things to just be kind of the way they really are. I don't want to kind of just cut everything, etc., etc. So that was a no, wasn't it? I'm going to put the no back there, like that, like so. So now we are on to the second card. So if you have chosen card number 2, which is on the right, then the answer to the question as to why she or he is being so distant is ooh, and what have we got here? The answer is yes, your relationship can work, but we're also getting here that the relationship does need quite a lot of work, but it isn't doomed to failure. It can be saved. There is a remedy if you've chosen card number 2 on the right. Okay then, so let me go for this. Let me just move all of this so we can actually break down the reading in a little bit more depth. Right, so we've got temperance. Okay, so what would I say for temperance here? For temperance, I would say that it's more of a case that you both need to find a healthy balance in your relationship. So perhaps somebody's working too much, maybe somebody's working too hard and not playing enough, that kind of thing. But temperance is about finding balance. So for your relationship to work, you've got to, I don't know, perhaps sit down together, have a chat as to why things have kind of, just got out of balance, why things have become a little bit more of a strain, and what you can do to remedy that situation. So, like I said, perhaps that person's, this person is distracted, this person's got a lot of other things going on, but I would say that the relationship can be healed, it can be remedied, it does need work. It's just that this person has got to kind of remember, let me hold that there, this person's got to remember that you also do factor into their life in a very special way. And it's just that this person needs to remember that. So perhaps this person's just got out of balance, maybe there's some other things going on, just, money situation, that could be part of the reason why this person is actually being a little bit distant, but it does show that they're distracted a little bit. So we've also got here, what am I doing? Let me hold it up a little bit like that. Okay, so we've got the 2 of Wands here, and as you can see that this person's got 2 torches, so this person is holding a torch for you. So even though this person is perhaps not giving you the attention that you obviously deserve and desire at the moment, but the fact is that this person still does actually want you in their life, and they really do want to have a relationship with you that actually does work. It's just that this person's been working hard, but in this picture it kind of reminds me of this of preparing the way. So this person, the he or the she, the handsome he or the sexy she, they're actually investing in the relationship, in your relationship, but in a way that perhaps isn't glaringly obvious to you. So perhaps they are working very hard, but they have got you in mind. They actually want to actually make the relationship work, but they also want to provide as well. But there's that torch that they're holding out to you. So if you actually approach this person, this special person in your life, if you approach your partner and gently tell them that you feel they've been actually quite distant, then this person is actually going to open up to you as to why they're being distant. They're going to actually perhaps acknowledge that they've been working too hard, but remember that they are working hard to make the relationship work, because obviously, money is actually an important thing, isn't it? Being able to provide that kind of thing. But this relationship isn't doomed to failure. This relationship simply needs work. So if you chose card number 2, the card on the right, then just remember that you and your special love interest, your partner, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you just need to talk. That's all you need to do. You need to talk and work things out. And of course, if it's you that's actually being distracted as well, and perhaps that's why this person's become distant, it might be that you've been actually working hard or too hard, let's just say burning a candle at both ends, that perhaps that's why he or she's being distant. So, and if that's the case, if you're thinking, oh yes, I have been overdoing it on the work front, then just let that special person know that you're going to take your foot off the pedals a little bit and ease up a little bit. So there you go. Right, so let's just put all the dice numbers back again. So for card, let me just see what's going on here, because this is where I start to get into a little bit of a muddle, which is really a bit silly of me, isn't it? So okay, so we've got that card there and we've got that one there. So that was the no. If you chose the card on the left, you've got the no, and this one here, the card on the right, you have actually got that it needs work, and your lucky dice number is number 3 if you chose the first card, and your lucky dice number if you chose the second card is number 5. So that's really all there is for this reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that it's struck a chord somewhere within yourself. And remember that you can visit my website. I've already mentioned that at the beginning, but I'll also mention it now. You can visit my website, which is rubyromana.com. And that's really it. So thank you very much for watching this timeless pick a card reading. And do like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And thank you very much. And over and out. Hello, Tuxie. You can look at the camera, Tuxie. Look at the camera.